In today's competitive business world, managing costs and improving efficiency are key goals for any organization. To achieve this, companies use cost control systems that provide useful information to help management make better decisions. One common method is called standard costing, which sets expected costs for materials, labor, and overhead based on efficient operations. After tracking actual costs, variance analysis compares them to these standards to show where things are going as planned and where they deviate. This helps identify problems early and take corrective actions. Although some newer methods like activity-based costing have become popular, standard costing and variance analysis remain important tools for many businesses, especially in manufacturing and service sectors. This presentation will explore how these techniques work, show examples, discuss their benefits and drawbacks, and consider why they continue to be relevant today. Rising material cost variances can indicate issues like waste, inefficient purchasing, or supplier price increases that need prompt attention. Standard costing helps evaluate managerial and departmental performance by comparing actual costs to these predetermined standards, allowing us to assign responsibility for any differences to areas like production, purchasing, or human resources. This creates accountability, encouraging managers to control costs and improve efficiency. Standards also play a key role in budgeting and planning, helping prepare production budgets, estimate product costs, set selling prices, and plan resources. Tracking variance trends further helps refine future standards and budgets. A standard cost represents the expected cost per unit, including direct material, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead costs, usually based on historical data, engineering studies, market conditions, and expected efficiencies. There are two main types of standards: ideal standards, which assume perfect conditions without waste or inefficiency, and attainable or practical standards, which allow for normal inefficiencies and realistic operating conditions. Standards come in two main types: current standards, which reflect the actual operating and market conditions, and basic standards, which rarely change and are used mainly to compare long-term trends. Most organizations prefer attainable standards because they strike a balance between motivation and realism. When we talk about variances, we mean the differences between the standard cost and the actual cost. These differences can be favorable, meaning the actual cost is less than expected, or adverse, meaning the actual cost is higher. Variance analysis helps us identify why these differences happen by breaking them down into specific categories. For materials, we look at price variances, which happen when the price paid differs from what was planned, and usage variances, which occur when more or less material is used than expected. For labor, there are rate variances, which compare standard and actual pay rates, and efficiency variances, which show how productivity levels affect costs. Overhead costs are also analyzed by separating variable and fixed overhead variances. Each of these helps managers understand different operational factors and make better decisions. The first step in applying standard costing and variance analysis is setting these cost standards accurately. Standards are created with input from finance, engineering, production, and procurement teams, using historical cost data, technical specs, expected production volumes, and labor agreements. It's important these standards are accurate because unrealistic ones can make the whole process ineffective. Next, actual costs are gathered through accounting and operational systems, including material usage, payroll, and overheads, and keeping these records up to date is crucial for analyzing variances. Variances are then calculated by comparing actual results to standards, such as material price variance and labor efficiency variance, which translate differences into financial terms. Finally, management investigates significant or unusual variances by looking into production processes, supplier performance, workforce skills, and any operational bottlenecks, aiming to understand root causes rather than pointing fingers. Taking corrective and preventive actions is an essential part of managing costs and improving operations. These actions might involve making process improvements, renegotiating with suppliers to get better terms, providing additional training for staff, or revising standards to better reflect current conditions. This step effectively closes the control loop, helping organizations continuously improve. For example, in manufacturing, standard costing helps identify areas where material waste is high, leading to process redesign and better quality control. In food processing, companies adjust sourcing strategies or hedge commodity purchases to manage price variances. Within the service sector, like logistics, analyzing labor efficiency can reveal underperforming routes, prompting better scheduling to cut overtime. Retail operations use variance analysis to spot stores with unusually high labor or utility costs, which allows managers to intervene where needed. These examples show how taking targeted actions based on variance analysis supports better decision-making and ongoing improvements. Standard costing and variance analysis offer several clear advantages, such as helping to control costs effectively by spotting inefficiencies early, which keeps spending in check. They also improve management planning by supporting budgeting and pricing decisions, providing a solid foundation for better choices. These tools give objective benchmarks to measure performance, enabling fair evaluation of results. They encourage greater efficiency and discipline by setting clear cost expectations, which motivates teams to be mindful of expenses. Additionally, standard costs simplify inventory valuation, making accounting and reporting more straightforward. However, there are also limitations to consider. Setting and maintaining these standards requires considerable effort and can be time-consuming. They might not keep up well with rapid changes like inflation or new technology, sometimes becoming outdated quickly. Overemphasis on variances can lead to behavioral issues, such as focusing only on short-term results or manipulating figures. This approach is generally less suited for customer service environments and works best in repetitive, standardized operations. Also, focusing too much on cost reduction risks sacrificing quality or innovation. Despite these drawbacks, standard costing and variance analysis remain valuable tools for cost control, performance evaluation, and improving operations. When combined with modern management methods and used with balanced judgment, they help businesses make better decisions and maintain sustainable performance over time.